Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on in. It's still morning here. It may be morning where you are, maybe just on the line of lunchtime. So come on into the studio. Today, it's Crafter's Choice in the Crafty Bunch. Thank you to Miss Christy Sloan for taking care of us today, setting up an event for us and doing all of the things that need to happen with a crafting event. And I am so, I don't know, whenever it's Crafter's Choice, I almost get overwhelmed because I, like you, I assume, always have a bunch of unfinished projects sitting around on my table, on my shelf, on my floor, on my everywhere. And then I'm like, okay, I've got a dedicated hour to spend working on something. What am I going to do? What am I going to do, right? Is the question of the day. I have 3 different things pulled out today, and honestly could have pulled out 10. But we're going to play today and see what sticks. Hey, Kendra, good to see you. Hello. Hey, Amanda, come on in, guys. Come on in. Thank you. Thank you for finding me again. Hey, Missy, when you are away a little bit, sometimes it's very difficult to get refound. Hi, Della. Hey, Debbie Fritz. How are you? Good morning, Miss Linda. How are you this morning, my dear? I have been missing quite a bit. Most of you know I took a pretty serious fall about 2.5 weeks ago. I am still struggling with ongoing pain and the attitude that it gives me. And if you have dealt with painful things, you know just what I mean. Hey, Jill. And so I have reached the point in my suffering journey with this dumb thing that I just want to hide because I'm not always very nice. Hi, Pam. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, my dear, for getting me in the group and taking care of everything today. All the things you do for me in the Crafty Bunch and me in my life. You're just a good friend to me. Okay, so in all of my stuff that I've got pulled out, I have this little journal here. I'm going to tilt you down. Thank you, Missy. I miss you guys too. I really, really do. And then I think, what if I get here in the chair and I can't stay here? Or what if I get cranky? So anyway, I will be there. Oh my goodness, Linda, your air conditioner's not working. You got to get that fixed. Hi, Carol Benke. We just gave up and turned ours on Saturday afternoon. We couldn't stand it anymore, mainly because the Missouri humidity found us. Now today it's cooler again and cloudy. We had rain overnight, but the humidity is so high you almost have to run your air conditioner around here anyway. So one day during one of the mystery box events from my Peddler's Alley, I was just sitting here playing while the rest of the event was on, and I started this little book. This tissue paper was part of the packaging, and I just sat here and created some tab-bound pages. Looking back now, I'm not even real positive what they are. They're thick, and they're heavy. Like, these are definitely heavy cardstock. And I sewed them, and I started putting this little green and purple. Oh, Debbie Fritz, girl. I started putting this little journal together using the purple and green. And mainly these are all paint chips. I just love these paint chips. If you have a Menards, don't tell them I told you. Good morning, Gina. How are you? But they have the prettiest paint chips in the world. They're the most gorgeous shape. This is a whole one here. And I love them in my journals. And so I think I want to play with trying to fancy this up and finish it up. And then we'll see where we go from here. I've pulled out, I'll give you a little tour of what I've got pulled out here. On my travels last weekend, when I hit that wonderful find that I shared pictures of, one of the things that was not in that photo was an old lady's hat, which is kind of funny. I'm sure she was an older lady, but the hat's old. I don't know about the lady. She wasn't there when I bought the hat, but it was covered in these beautiful millinery flowers. Can you see the texture in those and the beautiful color? So I deconstructed the hat. Hey, Barb, how are you? And I packaged up a bunch of them to sell along with those pretty pink little flowers in the picture. Hi, Sherry. These are the ones that I saved out for me, but I think they're going to be a lovely possible match to our project. I also have some little rub-ons here I think will be nice. Sherwin Williams has house. shape. Ooh, I need to make a stop by there. I have become a connoisseur of the paint chip. Hi, Donna. And I've kind of learned what stores have what shape and what I like. Isn't that silly, the things you learn, right? Like, where can I go scavenge some freebies from? So I have that. Then underneath the flowers on that hat, hi, Debbie Shaw. Hey, Nicole. Good morning, sweetheart. This green material was over the frame of the hat and the flowers were attached with it. And it just totally disintegrated when I took the hat apart. That makes me happy because I love this. Hi, Lou. How are you? Thank you for being here. Carol, aren't they beautiful? They're just lovely, lovely. I'm so excited. And Lowe's too. Linda. And then on a little more modern twist, I just pulled out some of my packages of flowers. Hi, Debbie Hudson from Hobby Lobby to decorate up. Nothing super special there. Anyway, that's kind of what I got pulled out. Hey, Capri, how are you, sweetheart? How are you doing? Okay, so that's what we're going to work on. Let's just work and play and see what happens here. Okay? Okay, that's what I tell my kids. Say, okay. All right, I do want to, these little tags that who came from who knows where were just the perfect fit for this book, but I didn't decorate them, and there's a bunch of them in here. So I thought we might start with that. Now, where is my ink? You might be asking yourself, and yourself would say, I don't know, where did you put it? Oh, Judy, your Bible say, was it because of the weather? I was supposed to have my, I have a once a month cleaning service that comes and honestly, they scrub my tub because I can't get in there. And they canceled today because of the weather. And it was rainy here, but not terrible. I don't know what I did with my ink. So pardon me while I'm talking to you and peeking over here. A shoebox full. Well, you know, I'm sure they're like us. They have those things everywhere. Okay, I got to look for my ink. So sorry, it was right here. Oh, here it is. Right there. So let's start by putting a little bit of ink on the tag. Hey, Christina Martin, how are you? How are you? So we're just going to ink this up. And then I have a couple of ideas that I want to do with these tags. And we'll see where we get to with that and how that goes. So tell me, how have you guys been? Because I've missed you. I've really missed you. What's been going on? Anybody got anything good to share? I don't care if it's good or not. Got anything to share? All right, let's get a little ink on that. I know I should assembly line it and ink them all, but I'm not. I'm just not. Oh, she had a sewer problem. Okay, well, not just the weather. I got to show you this find that I made a couple of weeks ago. It's called the Petite Larousse. Anybody know what that is? This, look at the size of it, is a French dictionary. Thank you, Capri. It is marginal today. Marginal. It is not an English, French, English dictionary. It's a flat up French dictionary. Hey, Donna, how are you? It's gorgeous, you guys. Hang on, I'm going to rip a page out of it so we can use it. 1967. So not quite as old as me, but getting there. And this is what it looks like. This is what the pages look like. So it's just a all French dictionary. So I have one, an old one that's French, English, English, French, but I had never seen one that was just the French. There you go. I can't talk. So we're gonna do a little decorating with this on here. But I know it's just a little one, Capri. That's what I thought too. This is a honker. Look at the size of this book. This is the spine. It's as long as my fingers. So probably, what, 3.5 inches? But it's just a little one. I can't imagine what a regular size one. Oh my gosh, a tree fell in your shed. Hey, Becky Simmons, how are you? So we're just going to take a hunk of it. We got a few pages we can spare. And we're going to decorate the front of this tag. I like to leave the back of my tags blank for journaling, right? That makes sense to me. So if I have these plain tags. I love the little illustration. It's full of them too, Debbie. It would be the only way I ever knew what any of the words were in that dictionary. I speak no French whatsoever. I actually took French in middle school for about a week. About a week. That and advanced math. I took them for a very short time, and the teacher just went, not for you. Not for you. Let her out of here. Her GPA can't take it. They are so cute. So I'm going to disassemble the whole book, and it'll be part of a paper pack. I got a really cool old ledger, because since I've been hurt, hey, Lulu, how are you this morning? Thank you for stopping in and seeing me. I've been doing some depression shopping, and that's really not very good. You took it for 2 years in high school? Well, I took it for about 2 weeks, and they threw me out. Like, I just could not. I could not. Thank you, Lulu, for sharing me. I appreciate you. All right, we're just going to get something on there. The weather's just been wild, you guys. The wind, we were sitting out on my porch last night, hoping we weren't tempting fate, but we were just talking about the fact that my house is surrounded by 100-foot tall, big old trees, you know, and the root systems that must be under them to stand up time and time again to the wild and crazy wind that we have around here. Hi, Sharon. How are you? All right, we're just going to put a little bit of that dictionary page on our tag just as a little background. Look how pretty that is. I love everything about that. Besides that, you know, it feels so fancy because it's French, right? It's got to be fancy. I don't know if it's fancy or not, but I was super excited to find the book. There you go. All right, so we're going to put that on there. I've got all of my seam binding over here. Let's get a little bit of green. That was very nice that it was already the right size. Sometimes I'm torn. What do you guys like on your tags? Sometimes I think I just want a little paper tab. Sometimes because of the bulk of the ribbons, but I really, really prefer a ribbon. Do you guys have a preference? And is that something only somebody like me thinks about? I don't know, it's possible. Okay, and I grabbed these 2 containers, sets of flowers, because they've got little ones in there. And a lot of mine are bigger, because I like big, fancy flowers. Yes. Now you're getting rain. Oh. You gotta be stronger than this, and today may not be that day. Okay, we're just gonna make a mess. I'll clean it up later. All right, let's get a look and see what we have here that we can add to this. Because this is sliding into a pocket, I want it to be pretty, but I don't want it to be too terribly bulky, you know? You took pictures outside, but the wind was horrible. I tell you, it is wild. Just plumb wild. Okay, I'm looking. Y'all see any? I'm just making a quick flip through here, something that's purple-ish. You know, we got green. Ooh, that's really pretty. That green with that ribbon is a pretty good little match right there. You like ribbon through it? I go back and forth. Back and forth. I like it all. Becky, you're a ribbon girl? Let's see. These may be all the bigger ones. Oh, there's a cute little bird. There's another pretty little bird, but too big for this. Seam bindings are lace, but you do use paper tabs too. Oh, look, there's little birds. Ooh, little birds. Okay. Oh, I just made a big old mess on my desk. Big old mess. Hey, Lisa, kid. How are you? Okay, we're going to go with this. Scoot him back there a little bit. We're going to go with this green butterfly. He doesn't really need to be inked, but we're going to get his edges anyway. Just, you know, the paper is white in the middle, so it'll just make it blend in a little bit. And then we're going to find something not too thick to put on there under him. And, oh, maybe a little flower. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do it. It'll be cute, right? It's cute. I can't get the lid back off the ink. You love seam binding? Debbie, I do too. I really love the weight of seam binding. you know, because it's just so light. I got a whole big giant vintage roll the other day. How big is it? 100 yards, and it's got to be almost there, if not all there. And it's a really pretty color. I'm going to enjoy that one a lot too. Okay. If you, like me, you love these little flowers. Hi, Sherry. How are you? But I don't like the white. Inking it makes a world of difference. Oh, you, Capri. You guys, I've needed it. I don't say that easily. I don't like to be the one that needs that kind of attention, but it's been rough. Christine, you lost electricity twice. We have not had. We had storms overnight for sure, but nothing that made the power flicker. Although I went in my bedroom this morning to get dressed and the light went off. The ceiling light. And the TV didn't go off, the fan didn't go off, the light just went off. And then it came back on. And I was like, okay, well, all right then. There you go. And then let's get this little butterfly on there. I need to refill my glue, but it's been leaking and it really makes me mad to fill my bottle up with glue just to have it leak out. But I also don't like having to squeeze it forever. See, I told you, cranky old lady. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. We're not going to get carried away. Oh, we might need a word. Let's put a word on the dictionary page. I've got a whole bunch here. Let's make a bigger mess on my desk. What do you say? I've got all these. They were from a printout that Shaylee has, and I just printed them, bunches and bunches and bunches, and they're just really handy to have. No storms, but the humidity. Oh my gosh. 97. That sounds terrible. I do not do the extreme heat. I just don't. Like, you just won't see me. So, hey, Christina, thank you, hon. So I love these little words. They came on a whole sheet. I mean, a big old sheet of different little words. You can find them on Shaylee's page, Shaylee Morehouse. All of her printables are free. We talk about her quite a bit. She's been really generous with us and helpful. And I just love having all these little words handy. Would I love to have some beautiful old vintage words, you know, cut out, ready to use? Sure, I would. Do I have them? No. Hi, Vonda. So I really enjoy having just something like this. Lets me get something on the page. All right, let's see if I can get a little bit of this green old fabric. I know, Becky. And then let's just put, yep, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Yay, Linda, the AC guys there. Let's pray that it's quick and cheap. Can we do that? Let's just take a minute. All right, so by the time I tear it all around the edges and then put my stuff on it, it's kind of beat up, and that's kind of the way I like it. Okay, I like that better. It says hopeful, has our little flower. We're going to come right back into our little journal here that we're working in, and that one went right. Ooh, go back in there, girl, right in there. Now, I also want to do a little something, just a little something along the bottom. And I kind of envision this as a place you could write. Hi, Patsy Ray. How are you, sweetie? So, I think it's a great place for one of these rub-ons. Just right up the edge of this page. I guess we'll find out. Oh, I hit my jingles. It's kind of hard to move your hand in my studio right now without hitting a thimble, and that makes me happy. I love the little sound that the thimbles make. Okay. So let's just do that. Let's do the little rub-on over here. Hey, Cheryl M., how are you, hon? And we're going to get it right up along the edge there. Okay. So you guys, nobody told me anything super exciting's been going on. Do you like it? I do too, Christina. I like a little journal because I actually have a chance to get them done. Feels like I never get a big one finished. But of course, you know I love them all. But let's see if that possibly rubbed that off. That would just be such a nice little thing if it did. No. I never have my rub-on tool right here. Hey, Jeanette, I'm glad to see you, honey. Anytime you get here is a perfect time for me, so you just come on in. Oh, Allie, hi. How are you? I am just fair, sister. Just being real. I'm not very good. A thin bell on the door. I need a bigger item, but I do have a bunch of cowbells out in my warehouse. They had them at my Habitat for Humanity restore one day, and in usual Mama P fashion, I think I bought a couple hundred of them. So I don't know that the thin bell would make enough noise, but those cowbells would make some pretty cool doorbells. Okay, that does not want to come off that one edge. You know how you can feel a rub on like let loose? And I felt it let loose everywhere but that one right there, a little spot. So we may have a part of it. Oh, good, Christina. I'm so glad. I'll be doing, next sale will be back in the Crafty Bunch, First Friday, but I've been putting stuff together. Like I said, I did a little depression shopping. I wasn't feel good. And snappy's a good word for it, Kathy. Okay. I don't know why I ever do these things live. They drive me crazy. And then I struggle with them. And then that drives me crazy. She loves your golden book journals. Oh, that's so cool. I can't get one spot of that to let go down here. Oh, wait, there's usually if I get a start. There we go. There we go. Yay! There we go. Okay, now turn your paper over. There we go. And that's all we're going to do here. We're just going to leave that there. But I want to do just a little something down here on this corner. What else did I pull out here? I'm wondering, in my group this past week, I toyed, they hung out with me while I toyed, with making our own decoupage paper. And I'm enjoying that as well. It has been super fun. Hey, Missy, West Virginia is home this week. So I've got some in this color, which kind of goes with what we're playing with here. And I think we're just going to decoupage this on here. Hey, Rissa. And I was going to do it the right way with the Mod Podge. And I don't mean right or wrong way. I just mean, hey, Tammy, how are you? I was going to use wet Mod Podge, but I think I'm going to do glue stick, which also works for thin decoupage papers so that it's not so wet because I want to keep going. Okay, so we're just going to put some glue stick down and we're just going to stick my little decoupage paper down, peel up the edges and put some glue on them and peel it back down. This stuff has been really pretty. Super simple technique. It's one of the projects I had pulled out for today. And but I think we're going to be fine here. And I will show you how in the next few times I'm live. Because it's fun and it's easy. Two things I really like in a craft project. All right. So we've got that and now I've got glue all over it. And it wouldn't have mattered if I used the other one or not. But just a little something there. And let's see what we have in our flower pile here that might be pretty down there. It may not. It may just be plumb too much with the other stuff we go on. Hey, Boom, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming and seeing me today. Gosh, I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do. All right, let's just get another little piece of this dictionary paper and ink it up, and we're going to put it down here. We don't know what it says. Nah, I don't know what that says. I barely speak English most days, much less any French. So today we're in the Crafty Bunch, you guys. There's so much exciting going on in the Crafty Bunch. I love my group. I love my group. They're such a fellowship, family, band of sisters for me and for each other. And we just today have been working on big upcoming events all through the fall and holiday season. And I'm excited. I'm excited about everything that's happening there. But today, Crafter's Choice goes on for several hours. I'm starting us out today. There we go. I like that little page now. Just enough. Just enough. Okay. That is going to stick together. I know it's going to. Hi, Nancy. Let me grab a little piece of parchment. Little trick, if you're working in your books, thank you, Linda, we love you too. Just get some parchment paper. It keeps your gluey stuff from gluing together. Okay, now we're going to do these two tags, but I want to do them differently. And what I want to do is I just want to use some of my floral cutouts for the top and make like a little, this one's too big, I think, but to just make like our tab for our tag. Just to be something like this. And then it looks really cute coming out of the pocket. Okay. Oh, actually that one works just fine. So let's go ahead and just do that one. So I'm just going to cover the hole on this one and put some glue all the way across the top. So there are so much fun things. We are working on our birthday bash. This year, the Crafty Bunch, since I took it over, will be 2 years old. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Hey, Susie. It's been a great thing for me, for my business, for my social life, you know, all you guys and all of those guys hanging out together all the time. So we will be turning 2, and we are going to have the funnest event. It's going to be 3 days worth. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in early August. And every creator that signs up will be assigned a letter of the alphabet, because we're going to do, we like to give back for our birthday. We don't ask you guys for presents for us. We want to give back on our birthday. And so we're going to support back to school programs. Oh, Jeanette. Do we want 2 butterflies? Slight delay of game here. Or do I want a butterfly and a flower? Anybody out there know what I want? Nobody knows what I want. I don't know what I want. How could you know what I want if I don't know what I want? Ooh, I kind of like the flower. What do we think about that? Let's do that. And then, yeah. All right. So we're going to do that. I know, a 3-day party. So we are going to raise awareness on back to school efforts. There is a wonderful place here in Kansas City. When I talk about going to Scrap KC, where they do, it's like a thrift store for craft supplies. You guys have heard me talk about it. Their community mission is supplying teachers and students with supplies all over the Kansas City area. Hey, Kathy. So we're going to raise awareness about their program, give you guys an opportunity to gift them for our birthday. And then 26 creatives over 3 days, each one having a letter of the alphabet. And they create something that goes with the letter of the alphabet. Does that sound like fun? Sounds like a lot of fun to me. Of course, I always sign up last for my own events. So y'all can guess what letter of the alphabet I'm going to get, but it's going to be a blast. So go ahead and mark your calendar. It's the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I believe, are the dates on the calendar. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be fun for our birthday. And then we're working on our fall friendship project, believe it or not, our traveling journals on a journey are finishing up. There's our second one. And we're just going to slip it in there. Oh, it fits just right. Look at those 2 little tags poking up. And now let's see what we might want to do down here. If anything, it may be good. Your school does. A lot of school districts have started doing that, Christina. What you guys probably don't know about me is that before I moved up here, part of my ministry where I worked was that we coordinated churches to supply school districts. And I coordinated school supplies for over 4,000 elementary students in my area. I did. And it's always been near and dear to my heart. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this. I may regret it, but I just did it. So no regrets now. We're just going to stamp. Oh, I like it. It'll work. Just a little butterfly down there on the page that has the flower. And I just happen to have a flower stamp sitting here. Capri, I had not thought about, honestly, using these, the flower things from Hobby Lobby as tag toppers, but they work pretty stinking well. And then let's stamp a flower on the butterfly side, just to be funny that way. And we'll just lay it on there. And I'm using my archival ink because it's what's sitting out here. I've been using it when I make the decoupage papers. So it's sitting out here. Ooh, I'm going to have to dry that one a little bit. Let's dry that so that I don't smear it because our paint chips are a little slick, right? So let's just get a little dry on there. A little embossing would be beautiful, but I don't think I'm going to stop long enough to do that today. Because half an hour, and you can tell I'm not moving at my usual rate of speed. Because, yeah. But I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. I think that is just enough to make it cute and special in our little tag book. All right, this one, look at this. We have two fairly blank pages. I just scrunched up some tissue paper on this one, and these just worked out. This was some more of the packaging. I can't remember if anybody remembers. They're still doing it. Yeah, I really hoped and prayed that that would be my legacy when I left the area up there. Let's take another chunk of our French page and put it down here, our dictionary. And so having kids need what they need. Tammy, I am not. I'm just not. It is taking way too long. way too long. Oh, anyway. So that's what we're going to do. For our birthday in the Crafty Bunch, we are going to encourage you guys to get involved with back to school efforts in your area. We are going to highlight Scraps KC that does so much all over Kansas City in case you don't have a local one. And we're going to have a ton of fun. We're just going to have fun. And, we're going to have a lot of fun, you and I, figuring out what in the world I'm going to do with the funky letter I get left with at the end of the event. Because, like I said, I always schedule myself last. And so, y'all know what's headed my way. Now, the craft does not have to be school supply related, but it is fun if it is, right? So as long as it highlights that letter in some way or another. I'm thinking if you get a really, really funky letter, you just find a way to hide one in your project. Like if you get X, you're just doing a page like this and you sneak a little X on it somewhere. All right, we're just going to put that right up that side. I like that. I like that just fine, and it doesn't detract away. And then we're going to do this. Oh my gosh. I can't even think about that, Tammy, but my son, the physical therapist that's been monitoring me like a champion, God bless him. He said minimum 6 weeks, Mom. Minimum 6 weeks. Yeah. Okay, so let's come over here with a little bit of our green fabric. This is, look at all the stitches that are through that leaf. Do you see that? I did, Judy. Yes, Friday night, all day Saturday, Sunday afternoon and evening. You already have an idea? Well, get in there, Christy. Oh, you haven't seen I don't have the link for everybody, do I? Well, I don't think there'll be a lot of competition for those letters. Christy will take it for the team. She'll take one of those toughies. All right. Wait for my glue. Do you hear that? Right. Extra special project, X-Acto knife. I don't know. But you could, I mean, I'm not, you know me, I'm not a big rule maker for events. I think people ought to get to be creative. That's why I love Crafter's Choice so much. All right, leaf first and then the fabric. I like that better. And then a couple of little bitty petals off of those beautiful flowers came loose. And we're going to use those. And we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to find just a little something. I don't know what that is yet. But we're going to put a little something right there. Anybody have any idea? Anybody have any ideas of what I'm going to put there? I'm wondering. I'm thinking. I'm looking. I'm looking all around myself here for a little bit of a tiny bit of like bling, you know, or a little something. Maybe just a word, because we put a word there. Ooh, courage, strength. Look, that looks like it's in French. S-O-I-R-A-G-E. I don't know. Do you think anybody would think that was French? It could be. A button. Capri. Of course. There you go. Oh, I bet you could, Dolores. You could make his nameplate for school, right? Make his name on something. A pearl. I just undid a whole bunch of pearls yesterday for the thimbles. Purple seam binding. Look at you guys. I need you. I need you. Where have you been? Here you are. You've been right here the whole time. I've been the one missing, right? I have this, except it's got a huge shank back on it. Hang on. I'm pulling all my seam binding out of its tub. Hi, Diane. This is what it looks like when I pull it out of the tub. Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than that? However, I'm not seeing any purple in there today. We need something. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a pinky purple. Don't y'all wish you had this? Your grandson's name is Xavier too. I like that. Linda, I must have really liked the purple. Go figure, huh? Linda gave me this beautiful thing, and I tell you what, it may not look like I've used it. I have used and used and used and used. All right, let's get some of this little champagne-y colored one. Here we go. Back over at its home. Tuck it down in there. There's some more green. Okay. Let's see. See if we want a little bow. I don't know. Do we want a little bow? Hey, Miss Joe. How are you? How's your weather? Still super windy and crazy where you are? All right. Oh, I love that. That's going to be really pretty. All right. I have to use my Fabri-Tac because I didn't turn on my hot glue tool. So it'll take a little bit of an exercise of patience. We're going to tuck that little bow right there. Ooh, I like it. I like that. What do you think? Just like that. I see you, Miss Josephine. I also, were you on your business page a few minutes ago? I thought I saw you then. I definitely see you now. Okay. We got to feel it when you use, hey, Linda Martin, when you use your Fabri-Tac, especially when you get layering things up, take a second and feel it, okay? That'll tell you how much you might ooze through. We'll take another piece of our thing, and we'll just put a little cover there in case. All right, this one, when I made this little page, I used one of them and I made just a little turnout. Put a little hinge binding on it, but that's as far as I went, okay? That's as far as I went. So I want to cover the inside here with something kind of plain that we could write on or just get it covered. Maybe that's the thing. And I don't care if you can tell it was a paint swatch. That's okay with me. So let's do a little bit of both. Let's take a little bit of our dictionary. We're going to get a lot of life out of this one little page of dictionary today. And let's get a little bit of ink on it. And then let's put a little bit of our decoupage paper over the top of it. And that'll kind of tie it all together, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. It's supposed to be beautiful here this afternoon. Weather. I volunteer at my church office on Mondays in the afternoon. They have hey Annette, good to see you, a couple of times a week where they just have one girl in the office by herself. So I go over and hang out. It's great for me because that's like going home. That's where I worked for, you know, all those years. Okay, I love this, but I would prefer that the whole page was covered. So I was playing with the idea of a paper bag idea here. So I've got some paper bags and I'm going to rip a bigger chunk of that. Oh, and I got to say, I kind of like it extending out beyond the paint chip. So we're going to do that. Not quite that far because I still need the door to close. But we're going to, there we go. Let's cover that whole thing there. Oh, like a door to it. You give me more credit, Lisa. And I can carry off sometimes. I don't have those technical skills. Hey, Mindy, I'm glad to see you. How are you? I am so thankful for you guys whenever you get here. Whenever you get here. I'm glad to check on you and see you today. All right, so this is just a paint chip. That's all it is. And we're just going to cover the back of it with that. I don't think I made this one live. You know what? It's a tube. I remember now, it's a wrapping paper tube. I had it pulled out for the mystery box challenge and didn't use it. So the pages are the tube out of a wrapping paper. And I sewed it so that it would stay pressed. And I made these pockets out of them. And then I put them together with a tab binding. I did not put that together live. I did not. I was sitting out here while the event continued. And that's when I did it. Okay, another thing I've played with lately are some sweet paper clips made with UV resin and pretty stuff. You see those? And then I have some other decorative little covered paper clips, which are also just great on the top of a tag. So let's just take a covered paper clip for this tag and put that on there. Hope I didn't glue it together. I'm going to ink it first. Never mind, rip that thing right back off there and put a little ink on the tag. You know we got to do that. I was happy with that Capri, and it was a little bit bigger than a paper towel tube. Hi, Jamie. And not quite so heavy. And that is our birthday bash this year, Joe. I just posted. It will be in the presenters group tonight or tomorrow. So that's going to be our big birthday thing. All right. So we're going to just put our covered paper clip right on top of our little tag. We'll ink around some of, oops. Over there. And then we can choose which side we like better, which is kind of a nice thing, right? That gives us a really pretty top. Maybe a little bit thicker than I would like. Let's be real honest there. Now, this being all blank like that, I'm going to let it sit for a minute and see how I feel about it. And let's come in over here and decorate this front of this pocket. So I've got another hunk of my French dictionary paper. Okay, and like I said, I don't care if you know it's a paint chip. Tammy, it was great. I was looking for some options for a tube, you know, and there it was. Okay, now let's get a little more sizable one of our flowers, I think. I love this pink. So pink it is. It goes with our paper clip on the other side a little bit. So yes, go buy yourself some gift paper, but you got to be careful now because some of the gift wrap isn't on a tube anymore, right? It's just on a piece of rolled paper, and that's depressing when you're hoping for a tube you can reuse. All right, and let's decide. Yeah, I know I think it's upside down, and I don't think I care. No, I really don't. All right. Sometimes you got to look at it twice to see if you really care or not, but I don't care. It suits me just fine. All right, so I'm going to put this pretty pink flower that I inked, and I'm going to turn it around so the leaves are where I want them on my little flap. Okay. I'm having second thoughts because that is a really thick. Let's come back in and see if one of these UV resin paper clips will work. Oh, yes. I like that better. Aren't those cute little paper clips? You have the tube? Good. One time I wanted to do something and I was really disappointed. And I unwrapped my wrapping paper and I was like, oh, I'm going to have a really good tube. And it was just thick craft paper, which was okay, but not what I was looking for. All right, let's put a little, now that I took the thickness off one side. Oh, you're making a door hanger. Oh, gotcha. Give us a picture, Capri. I want to see. All right, I think I should have fixed this up differently before I put a bow. So we've got two pieces coming together here. That's a little much. And then, I don't know. Let's see if we want it first before we put any more work into it, because we may not. The truth of the matter is we may not even want it, and I will have worked too hard for it. Let's see. I think we will. Hang on. I'm going to do a little scrunch and smush glue up here to cover the little name of the paint color. Just a little one. And smush. Oh yeah, that makes me happy. And just a little smush right there. Okay, that makes me happier. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting here on this page. You guys, this is the last page. So we're getting there. I can't believe we're gonna make it. Mindy, I have so many things, cute and otherwise. It's a running joke around here that things find me. Some people have to go out and shop and hunt, and things just tend to find me. And that's okay. I use them, I share them, and that's all right. That'd be cute. Sorry, I was reading your comment, and then I had to stop and think about it. Okay, maybe now it's a place for a button. Let's see what we got here. A couple of little bitty, old, crusty buttons. There's always room for those, right? Do I have one more little bitty on the top of my pile there? No, of course, now that I want to grab the third one. They all sunk. Let's see. Oh, right there. There we go. Ooh, that's a really pretty one. That's one of those carved ones. All right, I'm going to lay these in with Fabri-Tac too, which is kind of a bummer. But we're on our back page, and we have about a few minutes left. So we can work here for a while and then be able to close the book, so to speak. All right, I'll lay it in. That really, really pretty carved one in there. Tuck that one in under there. And then we need just a couple of seconds of patience. Yes, we smile and have patience. A wooden pitcher. Oh, see, they're sliding. More patience, Cheryl. More patience. But those are cute right there. Do you see how that one button is kind of carved there? So now we just need a little something here. And I'm thinking maybe right across the center of this pocket, because we have upper and lower here, and the tags kind of align. So even though we have our bear, because of bear paint, there, I think. I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think. Somebody tell me. All right, put some glue stick on this. We're going to stick it down. It keeps our color scheme going throughout our project. Oh, the wind is picking up. We'll put that just here on the edge. Smarter that I put the glue on it away from it so that I don't have that mess. And then, because we did the brown paper, let's grab a little more of that. Let's grab another piece of that, and let's make a little belly band with it. I like it. I like it. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. I don't think I'm going to make it a belly band, though. I think I'm just going to put it on there. And one more word. Let's get one more word in this thing. We'll put it on this side. Okay. So I'm just ripping up a paper bag over here. We're using a tube from wrapping paper, our journal. I'm just crinkling up my paper. I'm going to place it kind of across the center. And let's pick a word that kind of fits. Maybe strength. Guidance. Let's go with strength. I could use some. Could you guys use some strength? Oh, a piece of cheesecloth would be great. I've got some here at my knees. You know I do. Let's see if we can get some under there and not get it too thick. Okay, we gotta rip these because that's what gives us the good little look. And I just cut these apart with a pair of scissors. So you know I don't like that, right? But it was the easiest way to get them on my desk. And then, you know, when you go to put them in your journal, that's when you know exactly how much room you've got and how things are looking. So then we go through the destroy mission with it. Get them all nice and pretty, and then see how much you want to tear them up before you put them in the journal. Okay. Go. Got our ripped edge. Get our ink all around it. I'm not being gentle. Hi, Deborah. How are you? One more reminder while I got you guys here. The other thing, well, there's always a lot of big things going on, but time is coming to a close to get tickets for our retreat in September. This is the really soft one. Wait a minute. I got some really stiff one over here. Hang on. I'm going to steal a little piece right off of another project over here. I ran this through my fabric stiffener concoction. And so it's got a really good stiff texture. So there's just a few seats left for the retreat. 5 seats to be exact. There will be no more. The facility we have, that maxes it out. And so if you want to go, they're on my website. We'd love to have you. Heidi is coming down, Joyful Artistry with Heidi. She's going to teach you a full-on Heidi experience journal retreat. I'm going to do a full fabric journal project, and then we have some surprise guests that are going to come and present as well. We're going to build right off of that, layer it up. So time is of the essence to get your tickets. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. I don't have any more room to make. It's going to be a blast. Wednesday night, all day Thursday, all day Friday, and then Saturday, a special Kansas City tour for anybody who wants to stay around and go. And it's going to be a great time. I'd love to hug your neck in person. Unless you don't like that kind of thing, and then I will refrain. I will try to refrain. All right, let's get our bit of cheesecloth and our word on this page, and then let's get a look. I wanted to add a couple of little things to the cover. And so I think we may have just enough time to do that. And this will be finished. Are you kidding? Not just Crafter's Choice, but a completed project. Sometimes I think I never have those, you guys. All right, I love that. There's our back page with our word, our UV paper clip. We've decorated our little opener flap now. Now it opens up to give nice journaling space. It looks nice and finished. Work our way backwards. This is how this little page turned out. I like that. And then we have our fun tabs here with our stamping. I like that. This one is where we started with our rub-on. And there. And then I just wanted to do a little something on the cover. And my thought was that one of these beautiful millinery flowers would be just the thing. There's also this incredibly pretty blue butterfly. Hey, Lorinda. Good to see you. Let's see. The flowers are all smashed in different directions, but look how beautiful that is. I mean, it really is just lovely. And I don't think it's too thick. Of course, on our cover, you know, you can fit a few more things on the cover. And then we're going to trim off our stem. And we're going to place that right here. And then I want to make, because of the way it sits, you see that we have our little underneath. All right, Jeanette. For you, $2 $2. And let's just take a little more of our green seam binding and make a bow, and we'll tuck it underneath that flower just to give it a little more, yeah, and just cover that up. Okay, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna make it, you guys. I'm so excited. I love it when I actually finish a project. How many unfinished projects are sitting close by? Tell me. Hey, Lori, how are you? I have so many. So many. Oh, then I always look at my bow and I'm like, wait, I like that side better. I don't know. Does it really matter? Hey, Debbie Harris. So you guys hang around in the Crafty Bunch. If you'll go watch from there, you can just hit the old refresh. And I think Lydia's up next, and she will be right there with you. And then we have, oh, that's really sweet. I like that. What do you think? And then I thought there's a little, you see this little piece right here? I think one more little word will be just right. And I think I want to come through and I want to age this page up just a little bit. It's a little bit brighter than I would like, but that's simple. And we will be, you couldn't, me neither, Capri. Me neither. Okay, you got to push. What word should we put on the front? Ooh, I see joy peeking right out here, and it's about the right size. So we're picking word. Feels like 10 million. I know. And every once in a while I get out here and I'm like, I'm just going to finish up a few things. And it's so much fun when I do those days and I put a bow, you know, on a few things because they just build up. They just absolutely build up, don't they? And it feels so good to get a few of them finished. Well, we got one, which is one more than I had before I went live today. So I want to thank you guys again for hanging out. Hang on, I really cut this one close. It's going to take me a minute to tear the edges because I don't have a lot of fingernails. I gotta get them in there. We are busy in the Crafty Bunch all week this week. You guys, our goal is to have different events 5 days every week, and we're pretty close to that goal thanks to my wonderful hostesses that help me out. I could never do that on my own. And so hang out with us. If you just got a few minutes, you can always find something. And even when we're not in an active event, we have our creative team members dropping content in there all the time. So if you just have some time and you want to see something creative, drop by. All right, there we go. I love it now. I love the cover. And then I'm happy enough with this page, but this one needs a little bit of, needs a little bit of aging. So we're gonna ink it. We're just gonna come in with my ink brush all over and just kind of tone it down. And I think we need a little something in the corner. Of course, in the corners or across the bottom. Maybe just some, yes. Let's just see what we think about a little. I think I like it. Let's just put a little bit of edging, a little something for the butterfly to sit on. And the other little piece to come up here around the flower. Just a little bit of texture. Just a little bit. Makes all the difference sometimes. Makes all the difference sometimes. All right, pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. A little scrunch. Okay. That helped. Just a little bit of ink and a little bit of texture made some real difference in there. All right. And then every one of these tubes has a tag. So our little journal here, even though it's only a few short pages, it has a lot of space in here. And I like that in a small journal that gives you an opportunity to actually write in it. And then you fill it up and it's done, which I also like. So each of our pages has its tag with its string in it. So we've got five tags there. We've got our lift flap, which gives a lot of writing space, and we've got tags. We've got space in here, 2 more tags there, and another tag there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me and helping me finish up a project and distracting me from my irritable mood and my cranky sore ribs. So I will be hanging around today watching, and I hope you will be too. I hope you have a great, great day. Again, thank you, Christy, for having me and taking care of us in the Crafty Bunch and everything you do. Be watching because there's going to be a lot of information coming on exciting events coming up all the way through till Christmas. We're planning that far ahead, and it's going to be great. Great. Only 1 tube, Sherry. Yeah, 1 full-size tube from a wrapping paper roll that I cut into 5 equal sections, and they're about 6 inches tall. All right. See you guys soon.